should we have a little talk? Love does not ask you to bleed forever. That's where so many of us go wrong. We confuse love with sacrifice. We confuse devotion with self-erasure. We think that to carry someone's pain even long after they are gone, it's proof of loyalty. But that is not love. That is imprisonment. Love is not meant to drain you dry. It's not meant to keep your wounds open just so you can prove you cared. Real love, whether it comes from a mother, a partner, a friend, or the earth itself, will never turn your devotion into a death sentence. Love does not demand your suffering be carved into stone as proof you once loved. A reindeer herd can only move if the living keep walking. The dead are mourned, not carried on the back of the living. This is the way of survival, and you are no different. So many of you are carrying grief that is not yours. You're dragging the shadows of those who came before and believing it is an act of honor. You were never asked to carry the wreckage of what others did, but so many of you are dragging scars that do not belong to you. You walk with wounds cut by someone else's hand, as if their violence or silence were your inheritance to bear. You see, it's not your task to hold the ruins of another life on your back. Not your father's failures, not your mother's despair, not the harm that was done to them, nor the harm they passed on to you. Their wounds are theirs, not yours to carry, not yours to bleed for. And yet, here you are, treating their unfinished grief as your duty, confusing their shadows for loyalty. That is not loyalty, that is captivity. The truth is, love was never meant to chain you to another's distraction. Love was never meant to hollow you out so you can display their scars like relics. Real devotion is not about inheriting pain. It is about refusing to let it consume another generation. You are not betraying anyone by stepping out of the cycle. You're not unfaithful if you refuse to keep bleeding for wounds you did not cause. You do not honor the broken by breaking yourself. You honor them by choosing what they could not, by breathing where they suffocated, by rising where they fell. Do you know how healing enters? In the split second you refuse to let someone else's cruelty live on in your flesh. When you drop the chains of their silence, their rage, their failures, and say, "This ends with me," that is the moment the blood of the past stops soaking through you. That is the moment you rise raw, but your own real love wants you free, alive, untangled. Real love steadies, it restores, and maybe this is the truth you were never meant to hear. End of transmission.